how we're to operate here on this earth. I wanted to read my favorite scripture to you all if I can find it. All right, this is, you all heard this 100 times, but I just love it. And it says, but he who commits sin, who practices evil doing, is of the devil, takes his character from the evil one. For the devil has sinned, violating the divine law from the beginning. The reason the Son of God was made manifest was to undo, destroy, loosen, and dissolve the works of the devil. No one born begotten of God deliberately, knowingly, and habitually practices sin, for God's nature abides in him. His principle of life, the divine sperm, remains permanently within him, and he cannot practice sin because he is born and begotten of God. That's you. That's 1 John 3, verse 8 through 9. But I love how the Amplified says, he's saying that, guys, he's saying that this is real. You're born, you're begotten of God. You are a king in this earth. He's trying to raise your level of thinking, to stop thinking that you're all lowly and this is what I hear. It's a lie from the pit of hell. I'm only human. I can't help because I'm only human. No, you're not. He just said it, that you weren't. He just said that you were born and begotten of God. He just said in John, he says, but as many as receive and welcome him, he gave authority, power, privilege, and right to become the children of God. That is, to those who believe in his name, who owe their birth. He says you don't owe your birth to the natural. He says, but you owe your birth to God. He's saying that you are born of God. Born of God. He's saying that regardless of the upbringing that you had, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, he's saying that that's all obsolete. He said, because I planned your birth from the beginning. I know you're in before the beginning. He says, I've got great plans. I got a great destiny for you. A great destiny. He says, I've put purpose in you before you even came out. It doesn't matter how many hills and valleys and trials and tribulations you've been through. It doesn't matter how badly abused you were. He's saying, I want you to start looking at me and that you came from me. So many people find their identity in their race or where they came from. Right? Right? You can tell when you walk in somebody's house. If you walk in somebody's house and you see African motif, where do they connect their heritage to? Africa. You know, and they say they're calling it motherland. Or wherever they came from. It's not, I'm not only talking about us, I'm talking about anybody. But God is saying, stop doing that. That's natural. He says, the thing that I've done in and through you is spiritual. He says, I birthed you out. I've called you, and I've given you great purpose. He said, you're no longer, you know, when we've all been in those situations, well, not all of us, but we've had situations where we've had kids with people that probably weren't the nicest or the brightest or the best fathers, right? And we'll look at the kid and we'll see them acting up and we'll say, you're acting just like your daddy. And God's like, no, dude, stop that. No, speak life over that child. Read this scripture. Tell him that he is born and begotten of God. You're going to be greater. There's so much greatness that resides on the inside of you. I don't care if they look just like them, split an image. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Just know who their real daddy is. Just know what they're capable of. Just know that they live now in a kingdom with a great king that loves them, that adores them. That adores them. You know, I read that scripture in Isaiah again, where it talks about the government shall be upon his shoulder. The scripture that prophesied Jesus. And then it said something about the zeal of, it's going to be, all this kingdom stuff is going to happen by the zeal of God is what it said. So I looked up zeal, you know, I pulled it up on the Blue Letter Bible. And I clicked the little button. And you know what it said? it was talking about the passion of God, and it said the jealous. It was like a jealous father. Like he's going to do this because of how passionate he is about us, how much he loves us and cares for us. And he says, I'm going to make this thing happen. We're going to understand that our ladder is going to be greater. It is. God is going to do something so great in and through you guys. We're going to walk on a different level. We really are. I'm not just saying that. God is expanding your territory in such a way. It's amazing what I can see spiritually. The things that the angels that you don't even know that are by your side and in your neighborhood. The things, the atmosphere that you're going to usher in with the words that you speak, because you understand that the words that you speak are alive, and that they will accomplish everything that they're sent forth to do. That you're not going to doubt anymore His Word and what His Word is going to do in and through your life. That's what He's going to do in and through each and every one of us. I really feel like He's saying that it doesn't matter the struggle, I've got you. It doesn't matter how bad it looks, I'm going to pull you through, is what I feel. I don't know who that's for. But He's going to pull you through. You feel like you're being tormented, and you're not. He said, you're going to see His glory. You're going to see the very weight of His glory in and on your life. So don't worry about where you're at right now, because He's pulling you through. And I know that's for more than one person. He's pulling you through. Okay, you don't see it, but He's going to open up your eyes, and He's going to show you. He's going to open up your spiritual eyes, and He's going to show you where He's taking you. Okay? All right. I'm gonna close in prayer, and we're gonna do our corporate prayers. But I feel like I really need to seal this. Father, I just want to thank you right now for every person represented here. I pray your kingdom come.